Hello, everyone. My name is Niti, and I'm the Career Services Manager here on Elevate Me Bootcamp. Super thrilled to see so many of you joining in. Okay, I can see more participants trickling in now. It's amazing. I'm excited to present the webinar today. I'm usually joined by my lovely co-host. Unfortunately, she's not in office today, so I'll be doing it by myself. So I'll go through all of the points on our bootcamp. But prior to that, I hope all of you have a lovely weekend lined up ahead. I'm happy to see all of you joining in today, even on a 3 p.m. Friday afternoon. And I hope you have like a lovely plan lined up for the weekend. It's the last weekend prior to Christmas, so I know it's an exciting time. I hope all of you have something planned up for Christmas as well. And yeah, we'll start this webinar in just a couple of more seconds. And I'm really thrilled to also share that at the end of the session, we'll be joined by our technical mentor who will be answering any of the questions that you have. So before we begin, if you have any questions, please feel free to put it up in the Q&A window below, and we'll definitely pick it up at the end. Awesome. I think we can start off with the session. So this is a webinar that we do every afternoons on Friday. Okay. And we're going to do this even next week. So if you have anybody you want to bring on, please do bring them on next week if they are more curious to know about what we do here at Elevate Me. So let's start off with an introduction of who we are. Okay, so I'm sure a lot of you who are joining in, just as much as it's Christmas, it's that time of the year, but some of you are also a little stressed out and a little worried. It could be about your job, it could be about a visa, it could be about anything. And that's the reason why you're here, right? So let's talk a little bit about how we're going to be addressing that. But prior to that, let's talk about what we are at Elevate Me Bootcamp. So, who are we? Really excited to share that we are the very first online career bootcamp that provides end to end solutions, and it's specifically designed for international students just like you. Okay, we've kept all of your needs in mind when we've designed our course, when we've designed the kind of support that we give you on your job search. And all of our efforts is to make sure that you're job market ready and before we begin our job application process. Okay. And then we're also thrilled to share, I'm also thrilled to share that we are accredited by the state of Ohio. Now, what this means is we are registered with the state of Ohio, we report back to them everything. Like once you complete the boot camp, your transcripts, your progress, your feedback, everything is collected by the state. And we are accountable to the state as well. And at the end of the boot camp, let's say you completed the program with us and you get the graduation certificate, it carries a lot of weightage simply because it's accredited by the state as well. Okay, so that's the whole reason I'm highlighting this. Now, when it comes to what is it that we do, it's twofolds. We support you with the technical skills that you require, and then we also support you with a lot of soft skills and career training as well to make sure your job market ready and help you with the job application process. Okay, so let's break that down. I'm sure most of you are wondering, okay, I have the technical knowledge, I've done it in my university. Do I really need to do upskilling here on the boot camp? And let me talk to you a little bit about why the skills that we give on the boot camp is different from what you have at the universities. So our course is a hands-on course, which is mentor-led. Now, what that means is that we have a technical mentor on board. Our technical mentor is somebody from the corporate world who has moved in to the educational sector to help students like you. So he knows exactly what it's like in the other side, in the corporate world. And our course and our live project is designed in such a way that you get the experience of an on the job training. Okay, so how exciting is that? So, what we're doing is we're taking the crude knowledge that you have gained during your university, implement it into kind of like a simulated office environment where you are getting trained under a senior mentor with years of experience, and then we enable you to move into the job market. Okay, so that's what we're doing, and that's how we're different from what you're currently doing in the universities. Now, our live project, by the way, is data. The data that we have on the live project that you'll be working on is actual data that we've received from a company in the US, an entertainment company in the US. So it's not like you're working on I'm sure there are a lot of data sets out there in the market, out there on the internet that you've used. This data set of ours is very unique, and it's something that you can speak about even in the interviews when you go out. Apart from that, the live project also helps you create a strong portfolio. Okay, now that's something that we are really excited about in partnering with you on the bootcamp. We make sure that you have a strong portfolio before you complete the program. And the reason why we do that is because we know what the requirement of companies are out there. You could have a great resume, right? But if your portfolio is not strong enough, it's not going to come through. It's just not going to help you. And probably that's the reason why most of the students who land up with us are not able to crack the US job market. They've done hundreds of applications and still don't have a job simply because they don't know exactly how to show their resume or their portfolio out there. And then when it comes to the career support that we give on the bootcamp, it's twofold again. You have a personalized career coach right from day one who's going to be coaching you on all of the soft skills that you'll need to crack any interview out there. Okay, now that's something that we're really excited about. We've had students who've come on board who've done multiple job applications, who've done a lot of interviews, and they're just not able to crack it. And it could be something really simple as answering the right or giving the right answer to a question like, hey, tell me about yourself, or where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? So that's the kind of skill that our career coach is going to give you. Apart from that, we do have job application support, which is the most exciting part. I'm sure most of you would want to know how the job application support work. We have a dedicated career services executive team who will be doing a lot of job applications on your behalf while you're going through the course with us. And all of this, and above that, we also make sure that you're able to add in some real world US experience into your resume. So, what we also enable through the bootcamp is the ability for you to add in the experience that you gain on the bootcamp as a fellow trainee on your resume under the work experiences as well. Now, you might have some questions around this. I'll be happy to kind of take you through that. We have a slide coming up which explains very clearly how is it that you will be able to show this bootcamp in your resume. Okay. Now, everything that I've said right now, above all of this is the fact that we also offer a money back guarantee. So we offer 100% money back guarantee. How does this work? Once you join the bootcamp with us, if you do not have a job in 8 months of joining the bootcamp, we give you 100% of your money back. Okay, so nothing kept with us. Your money is back. And I'm sure with all of the offers that we already have and the services that we provide, I'm sure you will not need the money back guarantee. It's something you don't need to be really worried about. Okay, now let's move into this slide. Now, this is one of my favorite slides because this slide talks very clearly about all of the offerings that we have across all of the courses on the bootcamp, by the way. So, one, as I mentioned, is the live project. It's mentor-led. It's a live training. And the reason why I said it's like a simulated office is simply because you're going to be working with a group. Okay, so you're working with a team. You're not doing this alone. And the exciting part is each one has something specific to do that the mentor will be assigning to them. So everyone has their own specific, let's say, a little designation in this life project. And that enhances your resume simply because even in an interview, when you talk about this real world experience that you gain, it's going to make a world of a difference. So it's not like a capstone project or a regular group project that you do at the university. This one's different. Apart from that, there's a lot of technical skill development. Now, why am I specifying on this again and again and again? Like I said, you have a lot of crude knowledge from the university. You've gained a lot of technical knowledge, and you're probably not able to crack the technical interview rounds with companies, right? And you wonder, okay, why is it that I'm not able to answer that, right? So the technical skills that we give on the bootcamp through optional capstone project is going to make sure that you enhance your technical skills again and that you're market ready. You're ready for the corporates to pick you up on. And again, this is all going to be under the shadow of your technical mentor. How exciting is that? So you get to do the live project. You also get to do optional capstone projects on the fast track program with us. And all of this is guided by a technical mentor. And like I said earlier in the previous slide, we're going to make sure that you have a strong portfolio to show at the end of the boot camp. And that's going to make a world of a difference when you want those companies to give you a call and get through the whole interview process in companies. Now, apart from that, just touching upon again the career support that we have, we're going to make sure that you get the job search support right from day one with a career coach on board. I can't emphasize this enough. It makes a world of a difference again when you have a career coach with you. We have a fantastic career coach on board with us who comes with more than 16 years of experience, having placed thousands of people in the US job market. And there's a wealth of knowledge that our coach brings on board. So let's say you've attended a lot of interviews externally and you're not sure what's going on. Like, I'm not able to crack it. I'm just not able to get through. All you need to do is book a call with your career coach, explain what you've done, and she'll be able to exactly let you know. She or he will be able to exactly tell you where you need to improve and what are the areas of improvement. And then when you go back into the interview process, you're a lot more confident. And that's what we want here, right, on the boot camp. Apart from that, we also have exclusive job application support by a dedicated team who will be doing it on a daily basis for you. We'll come into more details on how you're going to enable that job and the interviews for you in an upcoming slide. But yes, there is a dedicated team that's going to do the job application process. So what we're looking at on the bootcamp is a holistic personal and professional growth. Now, some of the times, or at least I've seen, with the students that come into the boot camp, they're like, hey, I'm not that interested in my personal growth. Like, just get me the job, just start the marketing. But they don't really understand how important it is that you're groomed for the corporate world. We have had students who've even gone through interviews, even after joining the boot camp, they go through interviews and then they come back saying, oh, yeah, you were right. They were making notes of certain things that I didn't know were important before. They were noticing, okay, did I really look at the company website? Did I really understand the job description properly? And sometimes it's something as small as reading the job description that makes a world of a difference. And that's about attention to details. So even attention to details is something that we teach you here on the bootcamp, how to communicate, how to make sure that you put your best self forward at an interview and crack it right at the first go. Okay, so that's the kind of professional and personal growth that we want our students to have on the bootcamp. And then, of course, the last point is human support. There is a lot of human support on the bootcamp. I can't emphasize on this enough. Like I mentioned, you're going to have technical mentor calls, you're going to have career coaching calls, you're going to have office hours that you can attend to brainstorm with others in the bootcamp. And also, you're going to have calls with your career services executive team who's there to support you on the job application process. So there's a lot of hands-on human support that we offer. We're doing this also because we know that you're in the US job market, you're far away from home, and sometimes all you need is a little bit of support to make sure that you reach that heights, right? And that's what we want to offer here in the bootcamp as well. In fact, that's what we offer here in the bootcamp. Okay, now this slide is one of my most favorite slides because it talks about the very first point that I spoke about, right? So, like I said, our bootcamp and the course that we offer is specifically designed for international students. And why do I say that it's specifically designed for international students? Firstly, the duration of the course is just 5 months. The fast track course is just 5 months. It's not too long, it's not too short. You receive the training that you require and the support that you need to get the job, and we're not going to extend it too much for you. Apart from that, like I said, it's designed for international students who's maybe graduated and on their OPT period. Okay, if you've not graduated yet and you're here, fantastic, because the earlier the better. So I know that you've taken the right decision in just being here to understand what we offer. And then our enrollments are on a weekly basis. So there are a lot of boot camps out there that have like monthly enrollments and so. But what we offer here on the bootcamp are weekly enrollments. And why we're doing that is simply because we want to make sure that we're able to reach out and support you at the earliest. So let's say you're interested in the bootcamp, you speak to the admissions team today and you sign up. As early as Monday, you can start off with us. Okay, and that's what we promise. The technical training on the bootcamp is a 2 months mental life project. So the life project duration is 2 months period, which goes up onto your resume with a lot of details. And like I mentioned, there's an upcoming slide on how your resume would be presented for initiating and enabling those interview processes for you with a lot of different companies, right? And these 2 months mental life project, like I said, is a real world US experience that you can put up. Now, we've had a lot of students who've come onto the boot camp. Sometimes they have amazing experiences back in their hometown, but not really in the US. They would have done some odd jobs, something, but then it's not specific to the field of their study. And in the US job market, it's very important that you have experience to show in your field of study, right? And that's what we want to offer you. And then, of course, the job search part, which all of you guys are aware of, you are really thrilled about. Now, the job application process for us is very flexible. There are a couple of prerequisites that you do need to submit to your career coach. And once that prerequisites are through, you can start your job application process at the earliest. So we are offering even up to like 5 months, which means even from week one, we can start off your marketing. But there are a couple of prerequisites, and the prerequisites are only there to make sure you're marketable and your job market ready for us. Okay, so I hope this explains everything that we're offering on the fast track course. I'm going to pause here now. If you have any questions, please put it up on the Q&A window below, and I'll be more than happy to take it up later. Okay, so we'll definitely have a Q&A session at the end of this. Now let's look at, okay, this slide is interesting again. So I spoke about how the bootcamp is structured. Now let's have a look at how the flow of our bootcamp is, simply because we have different phases that you would fall into once you join us. And the phases could vary as well, right? So phase one, now let's say today is the 20th, you're interested in joining the bootcamp and you join us. And as early as the 23rd of December, you start off with us, right? You start off with us and you start off with the career coaching support and the foundational training material. And also you have the optional capstone project, which is a project that you can take up with your technical mentor before you begin the live project. Just to call out here is our cohorts do begin on a weekly manner, but our live projects start every Monday, first Monday of the month. Okay, so that's the reason why we have these phases out here. Now, let's say instead somebody was to join us on the very first week of the month, they would move directly into what we call phase two, which is the live project. Okay, now this is the most exciting part. This is where you get grouped into a specific cohort. You're going to have cohort mates. You will get to know each other. That's also, by the way, a great networking platform for you. And yeah, we've seen students, by the way, they've developed a great relationship with their cohort mates. So that's another exciting part I definitely want to call out on. So the live project, like I said, which is phase two on this slide, typically begins on the first Monday of every month. And once that begins, you start working on the live project. You can always do the optional capstone project, absolutely nothing stopping you. But then the live project is something that is very, very important for you to work on at this phase. And one of the things that you need to understand is across all phases, the career coaching support remains the same. You're going to constantly have the coach guiding you, not only on the career side. I've had my coach come back to me saying that sometimes students have personal difficulties and they even step up and become a life coach. So I wouldn't say it's just career coaching that we offer. We also offer support in other questions that you have. And yeah, so that support remains consistent all the way through till phase three as well. So in phase three is when the most exciting part, the job application process starts. You move into the job application process. at the same time, you continue career coaching. Now, the job application process could begin when you are with the life project or when you're even on the basic capstone project phase one. So, phase three could be interacting with either phase one or phase two. So, there's absolute, so it's very fluid if you realize, we've kept it very fluid to make sure that you're able to move into the job application process very quickly. You get the support and the upskilling, or let's say the corporate market readiness that you need through the live project, and also make sure that your portfolio is enhanced. So I hope this kind of gives you an idea of what your journey would look like typically on the bootcamp. Okay. Now okay, yeah, another good slide. Let's focus on this slide now. We've had a lot of students joining us, and they're like, "Oh my God, I've been doing hundreds of job applications every day, every week. I've done thousands so far, and I'm not getting a job. So what is it that you guys want to do differently for me?" In this slide, I'm just going to go ahead and explain, okay, what is it that we're going to do differently for you. Firstly, one-on-one career coaching support from day one. Like I said, our career coach comes with more than 16 years of experience coaching and placing people in the US job market and have placed thousands. So that's amazing. And the little bit of insights that you get directly from the horse's mouth makes a world of a difference when you're trying to crack that interview when you go outside. The second point is that we're going to give or enable real time experience in the US market into your resume. Okay, and that's very, very important for companies in the US. Nothing is fabricated, it's all real experience. And all of the boot camps in the US do it. And there are thousands of people getting jobs through boot camps. Okay, so nothing to worry about there. Even in 10, 20 years down the lane in the US, you don't ever need to worry about having something fraudulent put into your resume at some point in life. Okay, so that's something that you can rest assured be relaxed on. Then the 100 plus job applications per week. Now, one of the things I keep missing out on is to add the word uh, tailored job applications or quality job applications. Now, our job applications that we do here on the bootcamp is not what you see outside. We don't hit on the easy apply. What we are doing are tailored applications to companies. Okay, now that is where the whole, I mean, that's a game changer. Okay, that's how we are able to enable so many interviews for our students and get them placed earlier on in the bootcamp as well. So the resumes are tailored based on the company's requirement. It could be based on the job description, and yeah, I could just I'm very proud about what we've achieved, what the team has achieved in the bootcamp already with this. So yeah, you're in great hands. And lastly, the mock interview support. Now, why is the mock interview support so important? Some of you might wonder, okay, I have ChatGPT. I can ask ChatGPT, okay, here's a job description. What can I expect as a question, or what do I anticipate on? And you try to prep like that. You could speak to your friend and try to prep like that as well. But no, it makes a huge difference when you do come on to the boot camp and you have a very experienced technical mentor or a very experienced coach doing an interview for you. So, what does a mock interview really mean? Let's say you have an interview lined up, maybe tomorrow or day after, and you have the job description, you know what the role is. You're trying to prep for it, right? All of you do that. You feel, and this is a phase where you're usually very nervous. You're very nervous. You're very jittery. You're trying to control your anxiety while you're prepping. So, what we do here on the bootcamp is offer mock interview practice. What you can do on the bootcamp is share the job description with both your technical mentor as well as your career coach. And let's say it's a technical round, our mentor is going to design questions to make sure you're prepped for that specific job description before you go out and actually take the interview with the company. And let's say it's a behavioral round, our career coach is going to tailor make the questions to make sure that you're prepped for that particular behavioral question with the company. So, what happens is you get a lot of mock interview sessions with an actual human, real time, asking you actual questions based on the role that you're going to be going the interview process through for. And that has helped so many students on the bootcamp. We've in fact had students who sometimes been interviewing and they just did not know they were giving their answers wrong, and through these mock interview sessions have really refined their answers. So yeah, that's the support that we offer on the bootcamp as well. Perfect. Now, yeah, this is another awesome slide that we have. Now that we're done with what we do to make sure that you get the interviews that you're looking for, now here's a list of companies that we reach out to. Okay, now not all the companies are here on this list. That's an important call out. There are too many companies out there for us to have on our slide. But here's a snapshot of the companies that our team would be tailoring and applying to on your behalf. So yeah, there are a lot of amazing names here. Really excited to state that a student of ours just got into Amazon. Another student of ours, by the way, is interviewing at Meta, and yeah, there's a lot of interviews that's already going on with our students. So yeah, just take this all in. Just to let you know, the kind of companies that we would be applying to once you do join the bootcamp with us. And then this is a very important slide because we've had students who've come on board and they're like, okay, you do add real world experience into the resume. I do not have um, real world experience to show in the US job market. So how would that be done? Like, do I show that I'm working for you? And the answer is no. You do get the opportunity to show that you're a data analyst and machine learning fellow or a fellow trainee with us. And the HRs would know that, right? There are a lot of bootcamp students out there who mentions the same thing. And this can go under your work experience section. Now, you don't say that you are employed with us, you're not a data analyst with the bootcamp. Instead, you're a fellow, and you need to explain it that way. I'm going through a fellowship with the bootcamp. And that's the kind of real world experience that companies are looking for. I'm sure a lot of companies out there are aware when they see somebody who's very young with many years of experience that, hey, this is not real world experience. But this is legit. And so here's an example on the left side, which explains what the resume could look like, could read like, right? So, like I mentioned, we have a data analytics project that you could do with and this is a capstone project, which I'm talking about, with your technical mentor. There is a machine learning capstone project that you can put up on your resume. A lot of things, you could put out what was the problem statement, what was the process that you followed, the tools that you used, and then, of course, the outcome that you've had. All the HRs would love to know what is the outcome that you had on the project. And that's what brings your resume at par with somebody with an experience, right? An actual data analyst would put out, hey, this is the project that I worked on, here is the outcome. And that's what we want to achieve when you come on board with us as well through the bootcamp. So I hope that kind of gives you an idea of what we offer and what we mean when we say that, hey, we want to design the resume for you and we can put in real world experience into the resume. Awesome. So I think that's about it. We are at the end. A quick call out. If you have any questions, please do put it into the Q&A window. And if you do have further inquiries, please feel free to reach out to us. Our website is elevateme.pro. You can just go into our website. You can go through everything. If you're interested, you can just click on it. There's a little button and you will get a call back from our admissions team. Otherwise, you can contact us directly. Our email is info@elevateme.pro and our number is 614-965-8005. I'll just repeat that again. It's 614-965-8005. Awesome. So an exciting news that I do have is that we'll be moving into a Q&A section right now. And for the Q&A section, I'll be joined by our lovely technical mentor, Archit. Thank you so much for joining us right now, Archit.
Yeah, no worries, Niti. Nice to meet you. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. We have a lot of questions coming in, so we'll take them one by one, okay?
Yes.
So, yeah, the first question is what technologies will be covered for the DEML program? Yeah, I'll
Oh,
answer
that's a
this
good
one.
question.
So basically, yeah, we'll be using Python as our main language, coding language, and we'll be using the associated libraries like Pandas, NumPy, Matplotlib, Scikit-learn, Seaborn, right? And we'll be using cloud services like Azure, primarily Azure SQL and Azure ML Studio. And yeah, those are the main technologies for the real-time live project in the DAML program. The next question is, how is my certification from you guys any useful to the companies?
Oh,
You
yeah,
want to take this one, Niti?
yeah, sure, for sure, Archit. Yeah, that's a great question.
Yeah,
So I'm not
it's
sure.
regarding the board of Ohio. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so I'm not sure if the student was there in the beginning. So, like I mentioned, we are accredited by the state of Ohio, which means we are registered with the state, right? And we are answerable to the state as well. And all of our records, all of our student records are maintained by the state of Ohio, and it does carry a lot of weightage. So I know there are a lot of options out there in the market, but none of them are accredited by a state. So when you have a state accredited certificate up on your LinkedIn or anywhere to show, it carries a lot of weightage, right? Because it's backed by the government as well.
Sure.
Yeah, so it's not just another regular certificate that might not hold value in the future. It's not so. But yeah, that's a great question.
Yeah, definitely. There's another question regarding the live project. What will the real-time live project look like? So I'll go ahead and answer that. So basically, we have data from a company which is in the tech and entertainment space, and it's in the business of facilitating bookings for festivals, corporate events, private functions, and such things. So the board of the company is tasked with developing some key sales statistics and analytical insights into the business, right, to make some key business decisions. And what we are going to do is assess the company's revenue, expenses, forecast its profitability, the future
Yeah.
trends, and opportunities. So that's the overview of the project. And this data set is basically a 7 GB data set, which is hosted on Azure SQL. And we'll be using SQL to query the data and gain business insights. And to do the machine learning part, we'll be using Azure ML Studio to forecast the revenue trends and the profitability. And at the end, we are going to use Power BI or Tableau to make the reports and dashboards. So yeah, and Python will be coding the whole project using Python. So yeah, this is something about the live project. You will be having daily stand-up meetings, internal meetings with your teammates. Yeah, you will be allocated the tasks using the project management tool Jira. So it's going to be like a project that you would do in a company.
Yeah.
So we have mimicked that kind of a scenario over here for you. Yeah. Okay, so we have another question. How many students have you placed till now?
Okay, so that is, by the way, this is classified information we would not be able to share. No person, no company would
Yeah.
actually share the number of students that's placed. But then we do have a good number of students who are placed already. And students get placed. See, it's a partnership between the boot camp and the students. Okay, so the faster the students are able to pick up and do their tasks, the sooner they get placed. And the closer they work, with the team that does the job application process and take up the mock interview sessions with our mentor or the career coach, the faster it is. So if you want to know the number or the duration and all, we would not be able to share that. It's classified information. But yeah, we do have a good percentage of students who are placed. Like I said, we recently got a student who's placed in Amazon. We have students who are placed in like Southwest Airlines with Citibank and so on and so forth. And these are good brands. So you don't need to be worried about
This
that.
question was asked by Akshar.
Yeah, thanks for that question, Akshay.
Yeah.
And I understand the anxiety. This is typically what students usually have in their mind. But then, yeah, rest assured, our services are here to make sure that you get the job that you're looking for. Okay, so.
Mhm. Yeah, thanks for that answer, Niti. We have another question. This one is from Rashmi. So she's saying, I don't want to work on the real-time project. Will you guys help me still?
Okay, so that's an interesting question. Unfortunately, see, like I mentioned, this is a boot camp. Okay, guys, I want you guys to realize that it's a boot camp, and since we're accredited by the state of Ohio, we do have to offer a course to our students. And what we're offering is a data analytics and machine learning course. And you might wonder, okay, do I really need to do a data analytics and machine learning course? And what we are offering on the course or the live project is skills on data analytics, machine learning, Python, SQL, Tableau, everything more, right? That's all. All of this is what we're offering, and the reason why we are offering that is simply because just basic data analytics skills just doesn't cut it in the market anymore. And our students have seen that they benefit on doing the live project with us, right? They might have had experiences before, but then the way we've designed our live project is to make sure that you're able to show a lot more skills when you go to interviews externally. And that's what helps our students get placed in bigger brands, if that makes sense. So, yeah, unfortunately, we would not be able to bypass the live project, but yeah, I hope that answers your question, by the way, Rashmi. If you have a follow-up question, do feel free to put it up. But yeah, the answer in one word just would be no. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, thanks for that, Niti. We have one more question. Do you guys apply for full-time jobs?
Oh, yes, we do. Unless and until a student comes forward and says, hey, I just want an internship or I want a part-time job. What our team does is constantly apply for full-time roles. Okay. We do not apply to consultancies. We do apply to staffing firms, which is different. But then, yes, we do apply for full-time roles only. Unless and until the student comes in and says, hey, I just want a part-time, and I don't think that really happens. But yeah, it's for full-time.
Okay. There's another question. What if I don't end up getting a job?
Okay, that's the chances of that is really slim. Like I said, all of our hands-on support from all of the various teams that we have is to ensure that you get the job. If you do not get the job, it's probably because the student did not participate as well. Okay, so that's usually when in a boot camp or in our boot camp, you will see a student not getting a job, though we did not have that so far. And we do offer 100% money back guarantee. So let's say you do join us, you don't have a job in 8 months, 100% of your money back. Money refunded. It's not like we want to keep anything. And the reason for that is simply because it's only when you're successful that we feel we've succeeded. So it's not like we want to keep your money if we've not succeeded in helping you, right? So that's our commitment to you.
Yeah, and the reason that we can give such a guarantee is that because like we trust our process that you
Oh yes.
will get placed.
Oh
So
yes.
yeah.
Like I said,
So
these
those
are
were all
all
the
typical
Mhm.
questions. It's just the anxiety
Yeah,
that
yeah,
kids go
anxiety.
through. We completely understand that. And like I said, sometimes our career coach has to become a life coach just to help students, just calm down after they join the bootcamp, and they do. But you'll have all of this sorted out. And once you have clarity in mind, you're not anxious, you're calm, you'll be able to easily get through a job very quickly.
Yeah,
Okay.
makes sense.
Really
Makes
great.
sense.
Yeah, really great questions and comments so far. Nice.
Yeah, those were all the questions, Niti, for today. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. I think we've done a pretty good job. If there's
Mm.
any other question, I'll just give it a minute or two. And if there's any other question, we'll be happy to take it now. But then, yeah, Archit, I'm so glad you could join me and, answer all these questions
Definitely glad to
that
be
the
here.
students
Yeah,
have. Yeah,
yeah,
and I'm
yeah,
glad.
yeah.
Yeah, and I'm glad that we could address even some of the technical questions and what the live project looks like. I'm really happy we could do that.
Sure. Yeah,
Okay,
definitely.
awesome. I think that's about it. No further questions. Thanks a lot, Archit. It was amazing having you on board. And yeah,
Yeah,
looking forward to more webinars. and having you on board as well.
Definitely.
Okay. So
Yeah.
thank
Yeah.
you all so much. Have a happy weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye,
Have a good
Arjun.
weekend. Bye.
Bye.